Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Knowledge Transfer. In today's topic, I'm going to cover how to create an asset with the help of the ADFDI. In the last video, we had already covered how to add an asset with the manually, and in this video, I want to cover how to add an asset with the help of spreadsheet or ADFDI. So, what are the advantages? So, ADFDI spreadsheet, it's always a tight connection with the OFC. It's always have a tight connection. Secondly, it will minimize the error as much as it can. And third, whenever you are not sure of any of the account or any of the asset categories or any kind of details which you are missing it out, what you can do, you can just confirm it, not going into the OFC by logging it into the OFC, but double clicking into the Excel sheet, ADFDI sheet, and it will take you directly into the OFC. And there you can search it all the details and select the appropriate details accordingly. So let's see into the system how does it look like. Firstly, click on Navigator, search for fixed asset, click on Asset, hit on Taskbar, hit on Add Asset in Spreadsheet. So here you need to give all the details like for which book or the as you are going to add the asset and what is the asset type. Asset type can be like capitalized asset, CIP asset or expense asset. These are all the details. And why it is asking for the book. So let's say in the organization you do have a two corporate books and you are maintaining two corporate books. What will happen is system will create the asset or create the asset at book level. So let's say if you select bulk or book, what system will do? System will create the spreadsheet accordingly. And the same way, if you'll be selecting the type, capitalize, you'll be getting to see the spreadsheet accordingly. So we'll see that. Let's click on go. So here we have already downloaded. Click on the download. Double click on the mass edition file. Hit on yes. So what it will do is it will be asking for your user ID and the password which you have given during the time of logging it over OFC. Why does it do? So that it can build a tight integration between the spreadsheet and OFC. So here you can see based upon the selection, like we have selected like bulk or book and asset type as capitalized, the system had taken that. And you can see the asset book details are freeze now. So you won't be able to change it. But capitalized we do have an option. But we will be creating the asset in capitalized state. It's why just because we haven't covered the concept called as CIP and expense. Are we going to cover? Yes. In the future, we will be covering the CIP asset as well. Let's focus on capitalize now. So description, let's say knowledge transfer 005. So here we have major and minor category. So let's say if you are not sure with the major and minor category, simply what you need to do is double click on the cell. It will be taking it into the OFC. Now search for the major and minor category, let's say bell building. I'm clicking on OK. Now when the asset has been placed. So here you won't be able to double click and go into the system. You simply need to type the dates. So what is the date format? The date format is MMDDYYYY means firstly you need to give it the month. I'm giving a stand 08 and 2025. So I am telling it into the system it's 10th means month, and 08 is date, and 2025 is our year. What is the cost of an asset? Let's say 5, unit 1, and location. So location also you can follow the same step. Double click on the country, take into the OFC, hit on the search icon, click on search. I'm just taking the random one during the time of your testing. Choose the appropriate location. Now, expense account. Same, double click it. So you must be thinking, right? Like, what's the use of an spreadsheet if you are doing it like a system wise only? See, the very first thing is, let me complete this and I will show you. Now, let's say if you are creating 20 asset, so you need to give all the details 20 time. But let's say if the expense account everything is same, just you are not like all the accounts will be same, location is same, and just the description you will be changing it. So what you can do is just copy the line and put it into the 10 cell, 10 rows, and change the description and load it. It will be creating 10 asset, but into the system manually you need to follow the steps again and again 10 times, which is like pinpoints, right? So we have given mostly all the mandatory field details. We are not supposed to give this physical inventory, this type of details and all, is just because we had already given the asset categories details. So system will take all the details from asset categories level. So here we have given all the details. Yes. Now hit on post. If there is any error with this asset, what system will do? System will start throwing the status as there is an error. Please need to figure it out or change it. So we have seen a row inserted successfully, means mostly there is no error. If there is any error which can be override in OFC when we'll be seeing the asset in OFC. Let's see. Click on OK. Now let me refresh the page. What was my asset details? Knowledge transfer 005. Okay. Here we have no exceptions 3. Yeah, this is the one. Knowledge transfer 005. So here it is showing you must enter a valid category combination, means during the times of selection of our asset category, we are just selecting major category and system is taking it as in my spreadsheet as okay. So this is the major and this is the minor. Okay. So what system did is system had taken major and minor together. That's the reason it is throwing this error. While when you are testing, just have a look. Like mostly this is a training instance and dummy instance. This type of like small bugs it can be there. So we can ignore this. But you can change it from here. The asset categories now. Let me change. Okay. And Q you can change it as it is has came as an error. Change it to post. Other all the details which we had given into the spreadsheet, it has taken it from there only, and depreciation expense account location. Yes, okay, all the details it has came now. Secondly, yeah, this is the date, place, and service which we had given. Click on save and close. Here we can see ready to post. Select the line, click on post all. The message says the asset addition was submitted. Just wait for 10 20 seconds. Let me refresh the page. So here you can see the ready to post had been 0 now, means the asset has been posted. Go to the taskbar, click on inquiry asset. Here we have knowledge transfer 005. The asset has been added successfully. So this is how we load an asset with the help of ADFDI. And what you can do is like you can use this sheet again and again also. Just close the sheet, save it into the system or desktop. When you will be logging it, give the user ID and password if you want to connect it into the system, or you are just filling it up. Like let's say there will be a requirement like we don't want an ad, like we don't want to load it right now. We'll be loading it after 10 days. In that 10 days, we want to fill it up all the details. Let's say there are like 500, 600 asset which we need to fill it up. So we cannot go into the system and load 10 10, right? Instead of confusing us. So what we can do during the time of when we are opening this spreadsheet, system used to ask give user ID and password. That time you don't give it, cancel that page. Just open this template, fill it up. It will not be like there. It will not be there like to submit it into the OFC. Just prepare the file. Once it is prepared, then log in it with the help of user ID and password. Then post it and send it into the OFC. Try this and let me know if there is any confusion. You can pin it into the comment box and I'll be there. So we had already covered this concept as well. Next, we are planning as mass addition. So mass addition, I will be bringing it into the next video because what happened is like if I will be taking it into the same video, the video used to go long. So 10 minutes is enough to see anyone for one concept. So thank you.